Hi guys, it's Steph, and I wanted to bring you a video that I put together on my top 12 pre-pregnancy symptoms. So I wanted to make this video so everyone has just a fresh video on pre-pregnancy symptoms so that you can rule out some things, and everyone's different, but these were mine. So the first one I had, it was literally crazy because it was vivid dreams of birth. And I had two dreams, and I dream, but these I remember. Like, they were so real and so detailed. So the first dream that I remember was of my little godson, Joseph. And I don't know if I was watching him by myself or what, but it was just me and him, and I remember just holding him and playing with him. And I woke up thinking, that's so weird that I thought about that. And then I would say maybe 4 or 5 days later, I had another dream about birth, and it was me, having a baby, and it was crazy. So my first kind of red flag, because I've heard this before, that when you're pregnant or when you're becoming pregnant, you can have dreams of birth. So that was like my first sign, and that was really early on. The second, oh my goodness. All right. So TMI, but this is what it's about. So bigger boobs, they're heavy, they're sensitive, they're tender. Literally, I think overnight I grew a cup size. I mean, if you know me, I have teeny boobs. I mean, I've exercised, for the past 5 years, pretty intense, and I was a gymnast when I was young. I have a flat chest. I swear it looks like overnight I got my boobs done. I don't know what happened, but so when I'm getting my period normally, my boobs are sensitive, they hurt, as normal when you're getting your period, but this was different. So I'm like, whoa, what's going on down there? That was crazy. So that was a huge red flag. It still did not go away. I am currently 6 weeks right now, and I still have this symptom every single day. And I'll be honest, it's kind of good and bad. Bad because try running on a treadmill. Girls with bigger boobs, I feel your pain now. I understand what you're going through, because running on a treadmill, or the other day I did something, with my chest facing the bench, and I'm just like, oh my goodness. So that definitely is just something that I've been noticing, but it's also good too, because I feel like, okay, something's happening. At least this is a good sign that everything is going well, and so it's kind of like a good and bad thing, but it still did not go away. The third symptom, this was really weird. So a metal taste in my mouth. This happened probably 2 or 3 times. I remember vividly one time I was at the gym, and I tasted literally like I had just put like a penny in my mouth, and it was really weird. And I had heard, and just from Googling, that metal in your mouth could be a symptom, metal taste, and that was definitely one I did have, and it happened a few times, and it's just like a funky taste, something that I definitely remembered. Number 4, still happening at least once a day, heartburn. And this was something that, okay, the birth thing, the dream, that was weird. The bigger, tender boobs, it could happen if you're getting your period, but again, it was kind of a red flag. The metal taste thing, I'm like, okay, something must be up. And then the heartburn. So I only get heartburn really if I eat like red pasta sauces, which I normally never do. And I kept getting heartburn. So that was something that definitely stuck out to me, was heartburn. The 5th, acne. I rarely get pimples at all. And I remember waking up one morning a few weeks ago, I had a pimple here, and I'm looking in the mirror, I'm like, what's going on? So I definitely was breaking out, and acne was just something that I'm like, wow, I don't know if I am getting my period or what, but either way, I normally don't get pimples. So it was something that I wrote down. Number 6, cramps and bloating. This is something that is still currently happening, and doctors say that it's okay if you start bleeding or cramping is worse than a period cramp, then you would want to see your doctor. but cramps and bloating. So the cramps that I was getting and the bloating that was happening, it was typical like period-like symptoms. So that was just something I remember writing down just to make sure, I remembered it. Number 7, dizziness when first waking up. And also if I am kind of bent down and then I stand up real quick, I get dizzy. It's still currently happening now, but I remember, so I took a test when my mom was here, my sister was here, no one knew. I took a test that morning and also at night, and that was on a Saturday. So the next day, and guys, just so you know, when you take a pregnancy test, follow the directions. Make sure you wait however long it says. I would look at it like 3 to 5 minutes later and be like, oh, nope. But I saved all of them. So what was really weird was that was on a Saturday. On a Sunday, Derek and I, we went to church, we did a bunch of stuff during that day, and then we went to Barnes & Noble that night. And I remember being like crouched down, and then I stood up quick. I was looking at books on the bottom shelf, and I just got so dizzy. Like I literally had to hold on to the bookshelf to stand myself up. And then what was weird was, excuse me, I'm messing up. That was Saturday night after my mom and sister left. So Saturday night this was. When I got home that night, Derek had fallen asleep. This was after Barnes & Noble. Fun Saturday night, right? Derek had fallen asleep, and I went upstairs and I looked at my tests from the day before, that morning and the night before. I took like a million tests. I'm one of those crazy girls. And I'm like, I think I see a line. Like it was faint the night before, but the morning of, it was darker. And I'm like, oh my goodness, like crazy, just so blessed, so thankful, just this crazy feeling, so many emotions, but dizziness for sure. That happened just a few hours before, and it's still happening now. When I'm sleeping and I wake up right away, I just get like little dizzy feeling, and then I'm fine. Number 8, heightened sense of smell. So this is something that you hear, I'm sure, as a pre-pregnancy symptom, and I'll tell you what, it's true. I remember being on the step mill at the gym, and I go to Planet Fitness, and the step mill is probably, oh my goodness, maybe 30 feet away from the girls' locker room. It's not real close, but it's not real far. I could smell, and you might think I'm crazy, the shower, like the girls using their shampoo, conditioner, body wash. I smelled that from the step mill. It was crazy. And then people would come on the step mill, and if they had any cologne or deodorant, anything on, I could smell it. And little things happened. Also, heightened sense of smell. But the time at the gym, that was really like, wow, I smell what's going on in the girls' locker room. And it was just almost like it made me sick. Number 9, flushed cheeks. So I remember one day just waking up and looking in the mirror, and even like when I work out and I am just like getting a crazy sweat on, my whole face gets red. But I'll tell you what, I looked in the mirror, and like even like up here, I look like I had sunburn. You know how like sometimes you get sunburn and it's like here? My cheeks were really hot, and I just had flushed cheeks all the way up into my nose. It looked like I had sunburn. I'm like, that's really weird. So that was something I wrote down. Just a few more. This one's gross, TMI, but hey. Hard boogies. Gross, sounds gross even saying it, but definitely weird. Has never happened to me before. I'm a little bit stuffy now, but typically like when I blow my nose, it's just, I'm blowing my nose. No, it was gross. So that was something I definitely wrote down because I'm like, that's not like me. I never had that before. Number 11, mood swings. And if Derek is watching, he's probably going to laugh. So before my mom and sister came up to get her wedding dress that Saturday, I had cleaned my bathroom. I had emptied the trash in there, blah, blah, blah. Derek goes in my bathroom and threw something out in my trash can that had no trash in it. I had just emptied it. I literally could have cried. I'm like, Derek, what are you doing? And like, it was just like a flip of a switch. I could have literally cried. I probably did. And I think I cried 2 days ago. I mean, I don't cry often. I really don't. And it's just little things, or just if I think about something, I start crying. So mood swings, emotional, definitely me. And the last one, number 12, greasy hair. So I never get greasy hair. I'm the girl who can go like 3-4 days by using dry shampoo and I'm fine. But greasy hair. I would put my hair up and just notice it looked like I hadn't showered in like a week. And I'm like, okay, that's gross. So those were my 12 pre-pregnancy symptoms. And I tracked these using just an app that you can track your period with. I think it's called Period Tracker. It was a free app. And you can track your ovulation and stuff like that. But every day it has notes. And I would put these in the notes so that I could look back and say, okay, what did I experience on that day? So those are my 12 top pre-pregnancy symptoms. I hope this was helpful for you. Make sure you like this video and subscribe below to keep following my journey, and also share this with anyone you know that's either trying to get pregnant or is pregnant or just had a baby. I hope that they can enjoy this video as much as you did as well. Talk to you soon, guys.